am about to do something new. Isaiah 4 and 3, fourth chapter, third verse. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Come on in, wherever you may be. Wherever you may be, come on in and join us at our Just Passing Through. Whether you're joining us here on Facebook Live or you're joining us on YouTube. But we want you to come on in. We're going to give it just a few minutes for you to come in and join us. And we just, hi, Vicki. Good to see you on. I'm quite sure you are probably at your lunch. And we're just happy to see you with us today. So it's good. And we're just going to give just a few more minutes. Hi, Wilma's. Wilma's on YouTube from Elroy, Wisconsin. It's a blessing to see you on, Wilma's. It's a blessing to see all of you on. Hi, Celine from Perry, Georgia. You all come on in, family. Come on in so we can get a good word for today. And we want to try to get through with this in 30 minutes and keep it moving. So it's just a blessing to see each one of you. So good afternoon. I know this is Wednesday midday and people could be doing a number of things, but taking time out to come here to get a word to help you get through your week. It's a blessing. I love it when God has some manna for me, some substance for me to keep it going, to sustain me, to get through the week. And that's what we're here for. Hi, Georgian. Good afternoon from Smyrna, Tennessee. So we got the family coming on in, and we're going to get started. And we just thank God for this day. I often say, I open up just about even when I speak, I always say, and we know it, this is a day the Lord has made. And I pause in between right there and say, despite, because many times we have obstacles, challenges, hurdles, all kind of things we're trying to get through. Despite whatever we're facing for that day, whatever we come here with this day, we're going to still rejoice and be glad in it. Because this is the day that he has made. And God has said there are new mercies every day. So great is thy faithfulness. So we're going to be glad and rejoice because this is the day that he has made. So once again, thank you, family, for coming in today, for joining me on this Wednesday afternoon. Let me say this and let me get started. God wants today to be the first day of the rest of your life. Not just another day of what your life has already been up to until now. This can be page one of a whole new volume or just another page of the same old story. Either way, it's your choice. But you listen here. We do not need faith. Hi, Gary. Good to see you on. Good to see you on. Vicki is on. And so good to see you on. Diane, it's good to see you on from Texas. We're glad that you're here. And you're watching from YouTube. So, all right, that's good. But we plan to just have a smooth sailing. We prayed and we just asked, God is answering prayer. So we thank each one of you. We do not need faith in what has happened already. We need faith in what is about to happen. We must prepare for what God is going to do, not what he has already done. This means you must do quite a bit of self-examination. You need to test the people, the places, and things in your life and see what needs to be restored and what needs to be replaced. It is time for new, not just for the same old that you keep slapping patches on with hopes that this time we'll hold it together, okay? It's time for new, not just the same old that you keep slapping patches on in hopes it will this time hold itself together. Your new thing is trying to happen now. Hi, Sharon from Elroy. Good to see you on. Good to see the family coming in. Your new thing is trying to happen now. But do you see it? No. Do you know it? No. Because the old have your undivided attention. And the most expensive thing in the world is paying attention to the wrong people. Get out of your past into your present and prepare for your future. You have been focusing behind you long enough. Today, decide to face forward and enjoy a better ride with a better view, a better things coming just for you in this season. Let's do this. Let's do it. Jesus is the Lord of new beginnings, of fresh starts, of clean slates. In this season, refreshing will come, reviving, regenerating, renewing, reigniting, refining, reactivating, all of the re's, because he's the Lord of new beginnings. And we need a refreshing. We need a reviving. So, oh Lord, revive us again. Regenerate us again, Lord. Renew us again, Lord. Refine us, Lord. Send us through the refining process and reignite us. Let us get reactivated, excited, and all of that for you. You need to come to him and let him release you from being tied to the people who have hurt you by getting his grace to forgive them. You need to ask his help to begin to define your life, not by what has happened, but by what is going to happen. What can happen because of Jesus in your life? Yes, it is Jesus alone that still makes the difference. No more backpedaling. No more staring in the rearview mirror as if we can go back and undo what we have done or what has been done to us. No, today is the day that we stop hesitating, stop procrastinating, stop remaining stuck and stagnant. Today is the day we move forward, toward, and upward. Today is the day we change direction and face the right way. Think about it. The lame walked because of him. The deaf heard because of him. The blind was able to see because of him. The adulterers were forgiven because of him. A 12-year-old girl was brought back to life because of him. The woman with the issue of blood was healed because of him. The 4 friends were able to get their friend delivered off that mat because of him. Are you listening to me? I want you to get excited because my Wednesdays be my just passing through, trying to encourage you to get through the week and just to think about all these things because of him. The testimonies are endless regarding the change that Jesus makes in the lives of people. And if you dare to allow him to help you get past your past, he can do some wondrous things in your life too. We don't want to start out with what happened was. No. What's going on now? I'm not even there anymore. I don't even look back. There's nothing to see or talk about. I'm moving forward. But you cannot stay stuck in the same place. You cannot keep turning backwards. You must move forward. You must change direction. You must do something different. Can you imagine if the woman at the well stayed there? Can you imagine if Lazarus would have ignored Jesus' call? Can you imagine if Mary said, sorry, God, but this is just too outrageous for me to be a part of? Can you imagine if Ruth said, nope, I'm going back to what's familiar? You know, people love the familiar. They love to go back to what's familiar to them. Can you imagine if Abraham said, leave my family and go somewhere without a destination in mind? I don't think so. I'm not going to be out here wandering around. I don't know where I'm going. Can you imagine if Esther said, oh, well, at least I made it to the palace. Hope the rest of y'all survive somehow. But she said, if I perish, I perish. Can you imagine if Deborah said, Barak, I don't have to go with you, so I'm not. Can you imagine if Gideon didn't listen to God, but kept all the useless people he had with him? All these people had to do something unfamiliar. They had to step out of their comfort zone, out of the familiar, which some people have a hard time doing. Some people just don't like change. They just don't. Uncommon and uncomfortable to see something new and different. And my friend, you would have to be put in the very same position. You'll say, I'm not used to this. I don't know what this is. I don't want to try this. I don't know the people that, all this kind of craziness. Yes, that means you may have to work on an auxiliary you never have before. Yes, that means you'll have to finally go back to school and finish your education. Yes, that means you may have to accept that particular friendship and relationship has run their course. Yes, that means you may have to take a job in a field you know nothing about. Yes, that means you may have to take this next journey alone without anyone with you. Yes, that means you may have to break out the box by reshaping your inner circle. I tell people I was born outside the box. I never was in a box. And I love it because Jesus is never in a box. In other words, you know, people say, well, these are our doctrines and this is our denomination. All Jesus wasn't in no doctrines and denominations and boxes and stuff. No. That means you have to break out the box by reshaping your inner circle. In other words, you can't expect to see something new if you keep staring at something old. You cannot expect to experience something new when you keep hanging around something old. You must force yourself to face the challenge of doing new things so you do not die with the same old, same old. Do not remember the things that have happened before. Do not think about the things of the past. See, I will do a new thing. It will begin happening now. Will you not know about it? I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. I think I called the chapter wrong at the beginning. It was 43, Isaiah. Your new thing is trying to happen now. But do you see it? No. Do you know it? No. Because what? The devil likes to distract us. Because the old have our undivided attention. And the most expensive thing in the world is paying attention to what I say to the wrong people. They got all the answers. God is trying to do such remarkable things that you have never seen or heard before. And it's going to be in this season. If you listen and be obedient, and you are missing out on all of it because your eyes have a distorted vision of the past only. Oh, what happened then and all of that. And no insight of the future that cannot wait to be revealed. As hard as your past may have been, it is but small potatoes compared to the coming good times. There's so much greater ahead of you if only you would stop focusing behind you. No, today is your day to change position and direction. We are not going over that old history any longer. No more settling for what you saw. It is time to see. And you know what? When you see, you need to seize the moment. Get out of your past into your present and prepare for your future. You have been focusing behind you long enough. And some people say, well, I'm at this age now and I'm at that age. No sense in me even paying attention to that. You better. Because God is using people in their season years. You see what he did to Caleb. Caleb was 80 plus. He said, give me my mountain. He went to scout out the land. Yeah, God is he's using people. He wait till we get through the wild years and things we want to do and all this craziness and whatever we're doing. And he said, now I want to use you to do this and to do that. And so we hear of, leaders retiring, and it's good to do that too, to let the young people see. They raised up Joshua, and Joshua went on and finished off what Moses started. As hard as your past may have been, it is but small potatoes compared to the coming good times. There's so much greater ahead of you if only you would stop focusing behind you. No, today is your day to change position and direction. We're not going over that old history any longer. No more settling for what you saw. It is time to see. Get out of your past into your present and prepare for your future, because you've been doing what? Focusing behind you long enough. So today you got to face forward and enjoy a better ride with the better view of better things coming just for you. If you think your best days are behind you, they are. If you think your best days are ahead of you, they are. Don't fall in love with what God did for you yesterday. The greatest fear in the world is of the opinion of others. And the moment you are unafraid of the crowd, you are no longer a sheep. You become a lion. A great roar arises in your heart, the roar of freedom. There came the point for it to enter the promised land. God said to Israel, you have traveled around this mountain long enough. Now turn. That's an NLV Bible. Please remember and please understand that you must say yes to God when you reach this point, and be willing to step out in faith. You may not see anything around you telling you should do anything, but faith over fear. Whether God is directing you or redirecting you, listen, heed, and immediately obey. Think about it, and let us be honest. We can all admit that we have stayed in places longer than we should have. And to be even more brutally honest, many of us have stayed in stuff we should have never been in the first place. But how much longer do you intend to miss God? God said to them, hi, KK from the UK, good to see you on. God said to them, you have traveled around this mountain long enough. I do not know about you, but I have never seen a small mountain. In other words, mountains are big. It is defined as a mass of land rising abruptly into a large height from the surrounding level. That does not sound tiny to me. Can you imagine traveling around a mass of land rising abruptly and to a large height from the surrounding level? The mountain is massive, and the word massive means large and heavy, solid, exceptionally large, intense, or severe. So I say to you, as God said to them, you have traveled around this mountain long enough. Or better yet, you have traveled around this massive, significant, heavy, intense, and severe situation long enough. When do you plan to heed God's direction and turn? It has been a burden. It has weighed you down. It has caused you to lose sleep, weight, hair, and peace. How much longer are you going to endure such self-inflicted suffering? God himself is permitting you to go in another direction. So what are you waiting for? Why are you still facing a dead end? Why are you still standing by the cliff? Why are you stuck in the park? Move, but better yet, turn. Hi, Wanda. Good to see you from Monterey, Tennessee. In a nutshell, this turn is to your benefit. So what are you waiting for? Turn. A bend in the road, Helen Keller said this, a bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. During a famine, God said to the prophet Elijah, and the word of the Lord came to him saying, leave here and turn east. Hide yourself by the river Cherith, east of the Jordan. You will drink from the river, and I have told the ravens to bring food to you there. So he went and did what he was told by the word of the Lord. He went and lived by the river Cherith, east of the Jordan. The ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning and in the evening, and he drank from the river. 1 Kings 17, 2 and 6. God's plan for your life is always connected to a place. Hi, Victor from Nairobi, Kenya. Good to see you on. God's plan for your life is always what? Connected to a place. Are you getting this? From all corners of the earth, God's people are charged and challenged to make a turn. East, north, south, west. He sent me Midwest. I had to make that turn. Likewise, it is vital for your life and calling that you're always in the right place at the right time. This week is a good time to look around at the people, the places, and things in your life and see where you need to make a beneficial turn for yourself. Hi, Cheryl, you finally here? Would you say work can get in the way sometimes? That's all right. I think when you all just press through it, can get here on your lunch break and all, I'm grateful to see you here because I know you all could be doing other things, but you made a dedicated turn here today. Think about it. Elijah would have missed his provision in the east if he did not turn. Israel would have missed the promised land if they did not turn to the north, because they were going in another direction, and God showed them which direction to go. Ezekiel would have missed his ministry opportunity to deliver a prophetic word if he did not turn to the south. And Moses would have missed the burning bush if he did not turn to the west. What are you missing out on because you have yet to turn in the direction God has commanded? Somebody said, well, I live in Wisconsin. Why am I going to Texas? Or why am I going to Utah? Why am I going, why am I going somewhere I've never been? Because God is saying to turn. This is where your blessing going to come. I don't know anybody there, but he said turn. I didn't know anybody here but my husband, who I didn't know at the time, but I came. Didn't want to come. Didn't want to turn. You don't know what you're missing out. It's in the Midwest. Is this area where God said, I'm going to use you to do what I need you to do. We don't have any clue. I don't know anybody there, but God said, but I do. You just go. You just turn. Listen, even Jesus had to go through Samaria. John 4:4. The Message Bible says it like this. To get there, he had to pass through Samaria. And the Jews and the Samaritans, they couldn't get along. They didn't even blend or nothing else. So you got to go through Samaria. To get there, you must leave here. And why did Jesus have to go through Samaria? To meet a woman who was destined to reach that city with the gospel. And I call her the first evangelist, because she ran to the city and told the men, I've met a man, knows everything about me, to meet a woman who was destined to reach the city with the gospel. Can you imagine a whole city would have missed out on hearing the good news of the gospel if Jesus did not go through Samaria? Believe it or not, but you are in the right place at the right time. Is not just about you. There are some people who will not receive what they need until you get there. Some people will not make a turn for the better until you have finally decided to make a turn from the worse. Some will not get a turn until you make a turn. And do you really want to be held responsible for a whole city missing God because you missed your turn? Because you didn't want to go there? Because you didn't know anybody there? We quick to say, I don't know anybody there. God makes no mistakes. He knows somebody. He knows everybody there. And will all your turns feel good? Absolutely not. However, you cannot just go where you like. God honors you when you are where he wants you to be. I used to say that I hate this weather. I don't like using that verb, hate. The weather just, I said, that's my challenge. But God said, that's where you're going. That's where I'm going to use you. Did it feel good? Absolutely not. However, you cannot just go where you like. That's why I tell people you can't pick and choose who to love, because Jesus says love them all. God honors you when you are where he wants you to be. Tell me, Samuel said, does the Lord really want sacrifices and offerings? No, he does not want your sacrifices. He wants you to obey him. 1 Samuel 15:22. God said, are you going to obey me? I'm going to send you down to this little church, JP, in no man's land, about 15 people there, and you're going to go for 2 years, and you don't know nobody there, but you're going. Did I argue with him? He said, be faithful in the small things and watch what I do. Did I want to go? No, I didn't. But I was obedient. Me and Sharon running there every Sunday. 1 hour going, 1 hour coming back. And she faithfully with me. Had Geraldine working on stuff. Just all, just pulling the few with me to kind of help me get things going. And that's where the tent revival started. And God said, okay, just stay here till I move you. And I'm going to make another turn. He wants you to obey him. So I didn't know anybody there. Didn't want to be down there. But that's where God sent me. So whether you are being sent to the north, to the south, to the east, or west is irrelevant. What is important is that you obey the direction of the Lord when he tells you it is time to make a turn. God has promised to bless you, but sometimes he must reposition you for you to receive his blessing. Just as Peter. He went from I will live and die with you, Jesus, to being warmed by strange fire, with strange people, and lying about his identity to Jesus. However, it is never too late to make a turn, because he is later what? Restored, repositioned, and preaching redemption to thousands. Paul went from killing Christians. You know the story of him, persecuting folks and killing them. He gave Stephen was the first to go, and he gave, Paul was right there, who was Saul at the time, gave them the nod, okay, to stone him to death. He went from killing Christians to speaking life and resurrecting them. It is amazing what just a little turn in the right direction can accomplish. In other words, it's not too late for you either. So make the turn before you miss the turn. Think about this as well. It was when Ruth moved to Bethlehem that she met Boaz and married him. It was when Bartimaeus went to where Jesus was that he received his sight. In a nutshell, you do not want to miss your turn because you miss your turn. Make sure you are in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing. After all, to miss God is simply wrong. Would you think so? Can you imagine how Abraham's story would have read had he missed his turn in Genesis 12:1? Now the Lord had said to Abram, get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house to a land that I will show you, because his father had all those idols up in there worshiping them. The Living Bible says it like this. God told Abram, leave your own country behind you. And the Amplified Bible reads it like this. Go for yourself, for your own advantage, away from your country. Abram had to leave some people, places, and things behind him. And not just some people, places, things. It was his family. Now, that's kind of hard. Leave your own country. Go for yourself, for your own advantage, away from your country. Abraham had to leave some people, places, and things behind him. You're going to have to leave some people, places, and things behind you. He had to do it for his own advantage and turn in a different direction altogether. And what was the blessing for his obedience? Turn. If you do, this is what the word of God said. If you do, I will cause you to become the father of a great nation. He just wanted a son and birthed the whole nation. God said, I will bless you and make your name famous, and you will be a blessing to many others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you, and the entire world will be blessed because of you. Genesis 12, 2 and 3. And all because he refused to miss his turn by missing his turn. Verse 4 is the bonus. You know what verse 4 said? So Abram left just as God said. That's in the Message Bible. What blessings are you missing out on because you're still in the same place? What blessings are you missing out on because you did not listen when God spoke? You listen to other folks getting your undivided attention because they're trying to tell you what you shouldn't do. And was this the only time Abram would have to make a turn? Absolutely not. He would eventually have to turn away from Lot. He was the one that allowed Lot to come with him. God didn't say bring anybody with you. He took his nephew with him, who was originally granted permission. Then listen to this. He was granted permission by Abram to go with him. However, once again, to make another timely turn, the word of God declares, after Lot separated from him, God said to Abram, open your eyes, look around, look north, south, east, west, everything you see, the whole land spread out before you, I will give to you and your children forever. I will make your descendants like dust. Counting your descendants will be as impossible as counting the dust of the earth. So on your feet, Abram, get moving. Walk through the country, its length and breadth. I'm giving it all to you. Genesis 13, 14, 7. Can you imagine God said, just get up and do it. Just get up and go. Stop, because you just sit there long enough and think about it. You're going to procrastinate and everything else, and then you're not going to go anywhere. He said, on your feet, get up. Abram made a timely turn, and God made Abram a timeless promise. So if you do not want to miss yours as well, today determine to make a turn. Lord, which direction are you sending me? Or you want me to just sit here? And where do you want me to go from here? No matter how far you go in the wrong direction, there's always a chance to turn your life around. The reality check is this. Now, the truth is, at some point in time, we have all felt like this. And if you have not yet, just keep living. To be honest, life can throw you some curveballs that no one can prepare you to catch. Can we be honest here? No one looks forward to a divorce, a baby out of wedlock, an addiction, a disease, the loss of a loved one, the bankruptcy and the foreclosure, the abandonment, the rejection, the depression, the job loss, the repossessed car, the unmet tuition, the promotion passing you by. No one wakes up one morning and thinks this will be a part of their plan for the day. Some people, women wake up, or men wake up, and the person, they done slept with them at night and then wake up the next day and say, I want a divorce. You didn't look for that coming. You're like, wait, what? And yes, it happens. No one wakes up one morning and think this will be a part of their plan for the day. Now, some people see the eviction notice coming to repo because they just haven't gotten the funds or whatever happened. But there are other things in life. You didn't know that you were going to be looked over. You were expecting the promotion and gave it to somebody else. You felt you were better qualified. But God had a plan. But for many, life happens and happens hard and unexpectedly. It does not look as if things could get any worse. Nor does it look as if things could get any better. But then the next thing you know, your mind starts wondering. I thought I'd be married by now. I thought I'd have at least my first child by now. I thought the church ministry business would have taken off by now. I thought my vision and dreams would have come to pass by now. I thought I'd be finished school by now. I thought I'd own my own home by now. I thought I'd be off the bus by now. I thought I'd finished writing my book by now. I thought I'd be through with all these tests and medications by now. I thought the ailment would have run its course by now. I thought I'd be happy by now. It appears life, happiness, promise, dreams, and even God has forgotten about us. And so we look around and we only see trouble and misery. You see, when you focus on all the evidence of God's love and God's care in your life, when you look for the blessings that he has sown into this day, and every day your load gets lighter and your heaviness turns to hope. And same situation, two different outlooks. Either way you choose, because things did not change for the prophet, but in his mindset, his focus and perspective did. The trouble, the losses, the taste of ashes, the poison, the hidden rock bottom, and all that was still there, but placed in the perspective of an even greater truth. You can say, Lord, I'm hurting so bad. My back is hurting so bad. But you walk around saying, I'm healed and I'm feeling good and I'm doing this. And people say, well, aren't your back hurting? You're not going to speak about the back hurting. You're speaking healing. You're going on to do what you can do. But there's one other thing I remember, and remembering I keep a grip on. This is what the word says. It says, but there's one other thing I remember, and remember I keep a grip on, is hope. This is what you must learn to do when you are losing your grip on life. Grab a hold of hope, for it is in that hope that you are reminded of God's loyal love that cannot run out and his mercy that cannot dry up. Every new morning, they are there to meet you before you even meet your day. Your God is that loving and that caring and that protective of you. So even when your situation does not change, your mindset can, your outlook can, your perspective can. This is what happened to Jeremiah. He said, I'm sticking with God. I say it over and over. He's all I've got left. God proves to be good to the man who passionately waits, to the woman who diligently seeks. It's a good thing quietly to hope, quietly hope for help from God. Lamentations 3:22 and 27. The same God, as I close, who has promised never to leave you or forsake you, is still your very present help in times of trouble. Remember his love notes penned directly to you. Hebrews 13:5 says this, for he has said, if I will never under any circumstances, I will never desert you, nor give you up, nor leave you without support. Nor will I in any degree leave you helpless. Nor will I forsake or let you down or relax my hold on you. And he ended with a surely not. That's in the AMP Bible. God has a plan. He just wants you to be obedient. He don't want you to keep looking over the past. But Lord, when I tried to do that last time, this is what happened. Is he asking you what happened last time? He's trying to get you to stop looking back there and move forward. And these people who are trying to remind you of your past, you're not there anymore. You're so far gone. And it has nothing to do. And then they'll say, well, you know, you can't forget where you come from. You don't have to tell me. I can forget whatever I want to, because I'm not going to think about that. If God needs to use it for me for a testimony, I will at that time. But now I'm not. I'm pressing forward. I have hope now. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. You know, you have to say, I have hope now. I can move forward. Faith over fear. I don't have to have faith what he's already done. I've got to concentrate on what he's going to do, where I'm headed, what he's going to do for me. Where do I need to make that turn, Lord? That's what you need to ask him. You've been unsettling, your spirit unsettling. You don't know really what to do. And God is saying, I got you unsettled, because I'm trying to shift you somewhere. And I'm not saying everybody got to move to another state or anything. God can maybe saying move to another neighborhood, move to another church. I don't know what it's at, but you need to move, because he's got something over there that he needs you to do. And you probably won't find out until you get there. So today, talk to him, okay? Talk to God about the things that you need, and stop focusing on the past. Don't let people keep taking you there, because God wants today to be the first day of the rest of your life, not just another day of what your life has already been up to until now. This can be page one of a whole new volume, or just another page of the same old story. So as I open up, we do not need faith in what has happened already. We need faith in what is about to happen. We must prepare. God is preparing you for what he has prepared for you. But you can't get there if you don't make that turn. We must prepare for what God is going to do, not what he has already done. I have different ones. I see you on here now. God moved you. God put Hannah over. She's from Jamaica. To put her over in the UK for a while to do some work and help with students. There's others on here for God to move you out. Hi, Christy from Columbia, Tennessee. Good to see you. There are others on here. All right, I'm winding up now, Cheryl, but I'm so glad. And come back and listen to the beginning. But there are several of you on here that God has shifted for you to do. And when I say I was running to that little church, faithfully every Sunday. Sharon was going with me. Like I said, we were driving an hour one way, and she drove her car, and I drove mine through the snow and everything else. And I had Geraldine coming all the way from Madison. That's a whole nother hour to come to help me put things together. And different ones who were coming from long distances. And Wilma's, I think, different ones is coming, trying to help. Celine moved to Perry, Georgia. She was in Wisconsin, and God moved her there. And so I don't know if he's using her there. He's doing something. And sometimes he makes sure, I believe there's another shift coming. Even in the stage of her life now, I think there's another shift coming. So there are several of you on here that God is just shifting you somewhere else. You were in Wisconsin. Maybe you say, well, I'm going to move near family. And some of y'all moved there, and then God is doing some things. And then sometimes God to move some people away from family. So you just stay with God, because we don't need faith in what has already happened. We need faith in what is about to happen in this season. And you do a self-examination, and you need to test the people, places, and things in your life and see what needs to be restored and what needs to be replaced. That's what you need to do. So thank each one of you. And I've gone over 7 minutes. Thank you, Cheryl. I know you was at work, and thank you for joining me. Thank you, Christy. You came on. I know you was probably working as well, and you came on to say hello. KK from the UK is on, by way of Jamaica. She's on, and I believe Devon is on from Memphis, Tennessee. Shirley Cobb is on YouTube, and she's there from Memphis, Tennessee. And Wilmus is on from Elroy, Wisconsin on YouTube. And then Sharon is here from Elroy, and Wanda is here from Monterey, Tennessee. And Victor is here from Nairobi, Kenya. And let me just keep going with those that are on here. Gary and Vicky are here from Reedsburg, Wisconsin. Diane is here from Texas, down there in Texas. And Jordan from Smyrna, Tennessee is on with us. And I tell you, we've had a great day today with those of you who have joined me. I pray I didn't miss anyone. I pray that I got everyone that's on with me today. I thank each one of you for joining me. Well, you say, Chris, yes, but you're listening while you're working. All right. I love it while y'all on your lunch break and at work and listening to me while you're working. You welcome, KK. You welcome, Hannah. So I just thank each one of you for taking time out today. This is a Wednesday. And I know it can be difficult because it's midday to try to stop and come and hear the word. But I want you to get that word, because I want you to get through the week. I want you all back here on Saturday. Please join me back here on Saturday. Come be fed the word of God. I got a word for you. And God is just so good. He's doing things in the ministry, and we're growing. And I just thank you. So, I just want to be able, as long as I can call everyone's name and acknowledge you. Hi, Susie. Susie from over there in the UK. Well, you're here with me, Susie. Okay, thank you. Was a little late and didn't watch him live. But come on back, Susie. Susie is over in the UK. She's over there in London. And so thank you. Thank you, Diane, that you needed this today. I'm so happy you needed that. Thank you, Celine from Perry, Georgia. And Susie, again, is joining us, came a little late. So I want you all to come back. And if you missed it, come back, because it stays up, and you can watch the complete broadcast, and you can be touched today. This, I think, is a good message today. A few nuggets there, and you can be blessed. So I look to see each of you on Saturday and invite others to come. I just want to see you here. I got a word, and I just really want to see you here. So bless each one of you. Thank you all for being here. See you on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. And like it. Don't leave here unless you like this message today. Please hit the like button before you get off. Because, we just want you to let everybody know, so others know it must have been a good message. I just go look. She got the likes on there. So be sure you like it. God loves you. I love you too. It's 1:40, so I need to get off. We're 10 minutes over. I look to see you on Saturday morning, and those who I know can't be here because of things they have to do, things that are coming up. You've already told me in advance, so thank you for doing that. And I bless each one of you. God love you, and so do I. We are family, and I love each one of you. And thank you so much for your support, for being here. Thank you, Geraldine, for all you do, my other hand there. So thank each one of you. Be blessed and have a great weekend and a great week. Bye-bye.